Good morning everybody. In today's video we're going to be exploring the idea of can you still plant your bulbs in February. Now I have a ton of daffodil bulbs, some tulip bulbs, and some hyacinth bulbs that I really hadn't had time or room to plant, but I purchased some new pots and yeah, let's explore the idea. Can you still plant bulbs in February? Okay, so these are the bulbs that I have. The first are the orangery daffodils or narcissus that I got from Johnny's. Next are some hyacinth bulbs I purchased from Home Depot. Then we have the pink charm daffodil, also from Johnny's. Some tulip Darwin hybrid blush blend. These are probably the bulbs that kind of look the worst. That doesn't look so good. Then we have this that I purchased from Costco. It's like a mix of different types of daffodils. I actually already have this blooming. I planted some back in November, trench style. Then we have Narcissus Bella Estrella. These look like they want to get in the ground ASAP, especially this, already trying to grow. And we have the Narcissus Rip Van Winkle, which is like a smaller daffodil variety. So we have the pink charm daffodil in pot number 1, the Bella Estella daffodil in pot number 2. There's a lot in them and they're very close together. And then the orangery daffodil in pot number 3. That's just layer 1. Now we're going to do layer 2. So for layer number 2 here I have the daffodils in pot number 1, the Rip Van Winkle, I think that's what they're called. Daffodils in number 2, they're like a really small variety of daffodil, and the hyacinths in pot number 3. Now, a lot of the bulbs that I've already planted in the fall are at varying stages of development. Some are just coming out of the ground. Usually those are the later varieties or those that I have planted in the shade. Some are just about to bloom and some are actually already blooming, and that's my earliest daffodil. I already have like about 5 flowers that are open, and yeah, it's really exciting to see. But it also makes me worried that February is really late to plant bulbs since some are flowering and some I still don't even have potted yet. I made a last minute decision to plant some violas above the bulbs I have planted here in these pots, and the great thing about violas is that they're supposed to have really delicate roots which won't get into the way of the bulb development. We're expected to have rainfall all day here today, so I'm just going to go ahead and move these into the rain so that they get watered, and I'll check on them in a few weeks to see if the violas have sprouted or if there's any new growth. Alright, good morning everyone. Today is the 9th of March and I figured it would be a good time to go ahead and do an update since it's been about a month since I planted these pots. Here in pot 1 you can see we have some tulips coming up, and I think these here are daffodils. In the second container we can see daffodils. This was the one that only had daffodils in it. And in container number 3 we have hyacinths coming through. It looks like the white hyacinths are the earliest because in this container and in my other one that I planted last fall, the white hyacinths seem to be the first to open and bloom. And then in a container number 3, the seedlings are coming through. I honestly forgot what I planted. Oh, right, this one has the orangery daffodil and the hyacinth mix. Things are looking pretty good, and it looks like you can plant bulbs in February. Stay tuned to find out more. Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, March 23rd, and as you could see here in container 1, we have tulips coming up. We have some daffodils that haven't exactly flowered yet, but the tulips are doing amazing, and I remember these tulip bulbs looking not so good. So even if you have some bulbs that don't look, I don't know, as good as they should, still plant them. Here in container number 2 is where I planted a bunch of different daffodils. I believe that the ones that are coming up right now are like the King Alfred style, the classic daffodil. This is something that I put in at the last moment because I just had extras from my Costco set. So that's looking really good. And then the hyacinths are doing amazing. Today is the 7th of April, and as you can see, the tulips here in container number 1 are sort of dying off and the daffodils are coming through. Container number 2 is honestly not looking so good. I actually just noticed there's this cute little daffodil in here. Some of the daffodils are dying off, some are just starting to sprout up. And then here in container number 3, the hyacinths have completed blooming, and we have some, I forgot what the seeds were honestly, but there is orangery daffodil in here as well, and that's kind of starting to come up. Hopefully we'll get some orangery daffodils soon. And in front I planted lilies.